Welcome back. We're not all sad this week. Let's go! Sorry,
yeah.
We specialize in Panthers, Ravens, and Packers talk, and sometimes that's good stuff, and sometimes it's not as good stuff. And so hopefully this week is a little more good stuff than not good stuff, but we take what we can get with every single week. I'm sorry, Noah.
2 out of 3 is 2 out of 3. That's pretty good.
2 out of 3 is better than we usually get, right?
Yeah.
We still haven't gotten 3 out of 3 where all of our teams win.
No, that's on you mostly.
Yeah, I know it's on me.
What's the one week that the Ravens won? Was that week 2?
It was week 2 and they haven't won.
Who did they play week 2?
Was
it the Browns? The only team they've beaten is the Browns? That's kind of sad.
Pretty sure it's the Browns.
Noah, you gotta get it together.
I know. Yeah. I gotta run down the field and tell Derrick Henry to actually get some yards.
He did, but
to be fair,
we'll get to that.
A lot of big rushers this year have been kind of stumbling, right? Like the top league leaders, we expected it to be Saquon Barkley, Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs, at least in the top 5, right? But it's I don't think any of those guys are in the top 5.
No.
I'm
even when we were watching the Bills game yesterday, I thought James Cook was gonna, run and give me some more yards, but no, at least from what I saw, he couldn't even get like
the rushing leaders right now. Yeah. The top 5 rushing leaders: Jonathan Taylor, which I guess people anticipated he'd be good, but number 1 is kind of crazy. Number 2 is James Cook on the Bills.
Oh, really?
Number 3 is Bijan Robinson. Sorry, he goes by Bijan again. he made it clear. So everyone expected him to be top 5 somewhere, so that makes sense. Number 4 is Javonte Williams of the Cowboys.
Yeah, he was having a good year.
And then number 5 is Rico Dowdle of the Carolina Panthers, even though he's played how many games?
He's played all 6.
Okay.
Just the first 4, he only had like 80 yards.
Mm-hmm.
80,
that's interesting.
In the first 4.
In the first 4, he was not running back number 1.
And then nearly 400 yards in the past 2 games. So
it is shaping up to be quite an interesting year, and I think I kind of prefer it that way. Maybe that's just me, but I was tired of seeing Chiefs over and over and over again.
Oh, yeah. I'm tired of that, but I hate when the Ravens are losing. But
I know, it's like, why did the Ravens have to be bad? At least everyone else is bad, but why did the Ravens have to be bad? Mm-hmm. Believe it or not, though, for your passing leaders, this is just like our first shout out, I guess. The top 5 passing leaders: Matthew Stafford. I think a lot of us saw that coming. At least he'd be like top 3. He slings the ball a lot. Dak Prescott, because they don't like running the ball in Dallas. He just slings the ball. But then we have Sam Darnold, who is surprisingly doing pretty well on the Seahawks. Yeah.
That was my quarterback.
It was.
Let's go.
And then your other used to be quarterback, Baker Mayfield, at number 4. That
also used to be my quarterback.
And then surprise at number 5, Drake May.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Huh. We're not seeing Jared Goff. We're not seeing Patrick Mahomes. We're not seeing Joe Burrow, even though he's hurt. We're not seeing Tua. We're seeing like some ragtag guys, and I think that's kind of awesome.
It upsets me that the Patriots have found their quarterback so quickly after Tom Brady.
I know. It'd be like they did have a couple buffer years, okay?
Where are the decades of ineptitude that most teams go through? These guys, 6 years? Come on.
Those were some funny 6 years, though, because they had Mac Jones. They brought back, what was the Carolina Panthers guy?
Newton.
They had Cam Newton for a little while. He didn't look like he fit in the jersey. It looked too small for him.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into some shout-outs, and then we'll talk about some games, all right? So first shout-out is this wonderful comic that Tom sent to us that at first didn't have a caption, so I was really confused. But now it has a caption. So he goes, a ticket to a Jets game? Guys, the Jets are not good.
What's funny about that? I even responded to that without realizing that it was about a ticket. Just like me when I didn't want that parking ticket. But I was close. I was close.
I'd rather take a parking ticket than a free Jets ticket.
So true. I mean, it reminds me of the joke my dad used to tell me where he saw, he left a couple Bears tickets on the dash of his car, and only to find out when he got back to his car that somebody broke the window, reached in, and left 2 more.
Yeah.
Although the Bears aren't all that bad right now. It's kind of weird. They have a winning record. Matter of fact, everybody in the NFC North has a winning record. It's kind of scary.
That's crazy.
The Bears are the best 3-2 last place team in the NFL.
Isn't that wild? I mean, it's weird that the NFC North is shaping up to be what the NFC North was expected to be last year when everybody was a juggernaut, and then somehow the Bears fell off after playing the Washington Commanders, and they didn't this year, so who knows? It might be wide open.
They just played them.
They did, and they won, and that's the thing.
Yeah.
They
just
shifted
played
reality. The butterfly effect.
And there was no soul-crushing Hail Mary at the end of the game.
Nope, not this time. They kicked the ball with zeros on the clock to ensure it. All right,
That's crazy.
Second shout-out, though, is Jackson Dart. I saw this live. I was giggling so much. When they called the touchdown short, and so the referee put his hands in the air, Jackson Dart knew it was a touchdown, so he gave him a high five. He's like, let's go.
I love that.
That should be a 15-yard penalty, but I'll let it slide because it was awesome.
Yeah.
And that is
Surprised there
contact with
wasn't
an
a-
official. So
Yeah,
you know.
exactly. It wasn't a personal, was a personal foul, whatever it is. I don't know. the signs
You know
are,
what's
but yeah.
really funny, though, is that one time where the Bears player was just minding his own business and the referee backed into him and then threw a penalty for 15 yards for obstructing an official.
Remember the one time when one of the referees was trying to give a penalty call and a player threw the football at his head? That happened a couple years ago. That was pretty
Awesome.
funny.
It's or like when it was just a week or two ago when he was trying to call a penalty, and as soon as he turns on his mic, someone's like, "That's BS."
Yeah.
Oh, it was so good.
The best part of that, the ref was just like,
He stopped. He's like, "I could throw another
It's the
one.
Same referee too.
I'll find you."
offense. 10-yard penalty. Repeat third down. Just a stare down.
All right, I've got
Love that.
one more shout out because I thought this was really, really cool. I know this one will make Tom happy. So Bryce Young, when he was playing against the Cowboys, only when he's losing, when when the Panthers had less points than the Cowboys,
Oh, he's great.
Bryce Young was 10 for 10, 125 yards, and 3 touchdowns with a perfect passer rating. Maybe he should just always play from behind. That's just when he does the
Yeah,
best.
he should.
I mean, what? He's got 9 career wins now, and I think 8 of them have been involved game-winning drives in the fourth quarter.
Isn't
There's
that
only been
crazy?
there's only been one game, which was the Falcons game a couple weeks ago, where it's just like, oh, he just wins. No, he's gotta he's gotta earn every win apparently.
I don't even know if he earned that one. That was like the defense mostly. They got outgained and everything. But you know what? Wins are hard to come by in the NFL, and especially in a week like this, whether you blow out your opponent or you're barely winning by a score, there's a lot of teams that didn't win this week that thought they should have, and that just makes wins even more valuable right now. Like, it's not last year where, 3 teams went 15-2 and 2 teams went 14-3, and it just seemed like there was a bunch of juggernauts and they were just beating up on all the bad teams. Every team feels competitive this year except for the Jets. So, you never know.
Poor Jets.
And the Titans, kind of. I mean, the Titans beat up on they took advantage of the Cardinals not playing the game of football right, so.
That game came down to 2 miracle plays.
It
You know?
did.
If those don't happen, then Brian Callahan gets fired last week.
I mean, the Packers lost because of essentially 2 miracle plays at 2 blocked kicks. So, I mean, listen, the Packers could easily be 6-0 right now or whatever it is, 5-0. Doesn't matter. We'll get to it. Anyway, let's get into some games, shall we? Noah, you want to kick us off?
The Ravens suck.
That's so valid.
Suck.
That's putting it nicely.
Noah,
Yeah, no.
you're copying Tom's script.
Yeah.
I know. How did you get me the script up here? That's
You guys,
so
you're
weird.
mixing up the scripts. One of your teams wins in the last second field goal, and the other one is just bad. It's usually the
it's
other way
awful.
around, man.
Awful. How does the Ravens have the same record as the Browns as the Dolphins? Like, why?
This is your time to let out all the frustration.
No, so here's the thing about that. I didn't watch a whole lot of it. I was fairly busy this weekend, so I
And you
I
know
only
what?
caught
If
like
there was a
glimpses of
game
it.
that you were gonna skip, you chose the right game to
I
That's
skip.
chose
the
that
one.
one to skip. Yes.
That's the
So
one.
I just need the viewers to know, and apparently I don't know how true this is. This is what I heard, and I honestly believe it, but who knows? It was actually planned for them to put Tyler Huntley in later in the game, but I think they did it earlier than they anticipated, which I thought was a little bit weird. It just felt like that as soon as they put Tyler Huntley in, not knowing that context at the time, I was like, man, they just gave up that quickly on Cooper
I
Rush
think they did give
trying to
up that
do
quickly,
anything.
though.
Yeah, I really think that they did. However, the benefit for the Ravens is that they have a bye next week, so
Mm-hmm.
they're not playing. Hopefully by that time, Lamar
Wow,
Jackson will be
you won't lose
fully
next week.
exactly. We won't
Yeah,
lose the
you
bye week.
can't
It'll be great.
lose if you're playing
Yeah,
the
we can't
bye.
lose.
The only teams
Exactly.
that lose to the bye are the Jets and the Bears.
True. That is true. So hopefully by week 8, which I believe we face the Bears. Let me double check that.
Yeah, let me
No,
bring this
yes, we
up.
do face the
I'm
Bears at
kinda
home.
curious.
We do face the Bears at home. It'll be the 4th game in a row for the Ravens to playing at home, which is crazy. We've played 4. I don't remember there being 4 home games in a row, but anyway, we played the Bears, and I really think it's gonna be hopefully a good game because Lamar Jackson will be back and everything will be great, but we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, people are saying the Bills only play at home. Jeez, I'm looking at Ravens home, home, away, home, home, home. Oh my goodness. They're going on an away stint at the end of the season, aren't they?
Yeah,
No, because that's still home, 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 home. What the? Do they only play home games?
Yeah, literally. The Ravens did 4 in a row, and I'm like, what the?
Well, what it's going to be now is they're going to have one home game, and then it's going to be 3 weeks of away. So that's where it comes in to bite them. And then it's 3 weeks at home, a week away, and then home, and then away. So it's like,
and then 3 of your last 4 on the road. So.
Yeah.
So at least hopefully by then they're clicking, because if we're looking at the game that like literally just happened, right? Yeah, Tyler Huntley not looking good. Cooper Rush looking even worse. Derrick Henry finally got it going. He was averaging
he
5
finally
rush,
got yardage.
122
carries. Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah.
You always take 100 from a running back.
So I think
exactly.
if Lamar Jackson is in this game, they absolutely win, because if anything, this is the one where the Ravens defense finally showed up.
They should, yes. They only allowed 17 points. That's
they
pretty
held
good.
the Rams to 17. That's crazy. Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua, who are literally... Puka Nacua was the highest receiving, yards receiving of the NFL for the entire season, but because the Ravens held him so well, he's now number 2. Your team did that, Noah. Congratulations. Let's go.
Congratulations.
I'm glad the defense showed up for once.
And hopefully they stick to this, because if they can continue that, then when Lamar Jackson does come back and you're playing mediocre teams like the Bears, the Dolphins, the Vikings, the Browns, the Jets, the Bengals, you'll be able to literally just go on. That's a 6-game run that you just win. And then what are you, 6-5 and back in it?
Yeah, at that point you're 6-5.
You're 6-5, and you only need to win 4 or 5 games to at least secure like a playoff spot, hopefully.
Yep. Hopefully.
And then you can probably at least take a couple between the Steelers, the Bengals, the Patriots, the Packers, and the Ravens. We're gonna be at that Packer game though. We're gonna.
Yes, we will be. I'm looking forward to it.
But you only need a couple of those. Like it's 5 games, you only need 2 of them, and I think they can get 2 of them.
Yeah, that is true. I just hope that they get a turnaround. I will say though, I was very happy to see on the opening drive that Derrick Henry was actually performing the way that he played last season. I was very happy about that.
Like this is the numbers we expect from him every week,
Yeah, exactly. But just somehow just him, and we were talking about it earlier, like just running backs in general are just having a hard time getting
it's
yardage.
a weird
It's
year
crazy.
for running backs.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add to this? Because I think we actually talked about this more than we thought we would.
No, I'm good. Let's hope the Ravens had to take their bye week seriously. That's all I'll say.
I mean, you take the bye week, get healthy, and then you guys have to make the run. If you don't make the run coming off the bye week,
if you're not winning 5 of those 6 games, it's over.
Yeah.
5 of the 6. If it's only 4, I don't think.
If we lose to the Bears,
chance.
we're screwed. If we lose to the Bears,
I would say Bears are a must win. It's a must win.
It is at home, so you have that opportunity. I think even if he's hurt, I think Lamar Jackson still limps onto the field because he knows it's that important.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That would be crazy.
All right, who wants to talk about not tying with the Cowboys?
Oh, boy. All right. We're starting it hot. Aaron, I need you to put these on the screen at your discretion because this is how I feel about the game.
Oh, no.
Yep, there you go. There's
All right.
4 of them.
Hold on, 4 of them? All right, in any particular order, or?
No, it doesn't particularly matter. I mean, I guess the way I sent them, but...
All right, let's
first
check
one's
it out. I
probably
love
super
this first
accurate.
one. It's beautiful.
one's
I've
so
looked at
good.
this for 5 hours now. I'm
No
sure
one
you
thought-
have.
No one thought that this would have been the final score.
Is this like on your
And
wall
it's
right
beautiful.
now? Did you print this out? Is this hanging up as a poster?
Absolutely. It's hanging up right back there. Nice and large.
Yo, number 2, we've got, that's a nice lead you have there. It'd be a shame if someone made a comeback with the Reddit watermark.
Ignore that.
Ignore the
Ignore
Reddit.
the Reddit. We don't talk about Reddit.
Bryce
And
Young
then-
went trailing, am I right?
A 10 for 10 perfect quarterback. Just
And then thank you for changing my life. I'm literally Rico Dowdle.
Rico Dowdle's Dowdle's the reason why we won these last 2 games.
I
so.
know, crazy.
It's just Rico Dowdle.
He's just
Also,
that good.
Te
Te
quiero
quiero
mucho.
mucho, Rico Dowdle.
So, memes aside, I mean, we'll start at the top. Bryce Young, 17 of 25, 199 yards, just so close to 200. But
You know,
3 touchdowns.
Close.
3 touchdowns. 3 touchdowns. He did have an interception, though that interception was not his fault.
It was early in the
It-
game. It was not his fault, and I don't think it was really that backbreaking, right? Like, did they score
It
off
hit
of it?
McMillan. It hit McMillan in the hands. He dropped it, and it just fell into a Cowboys defender's hands. And they did score a touchdown off it. So
Okay.
So it was. But the thing with that interception, it's like I didn't feel like, oh no, here we go again. Like I've had with Bryce's other turnovers this year. This one is just like, okay, that's not his fault. It sucks.
Right.
Yeah.
Come on.
Continue. Yeah.
And then can I even like just piggyback off of the whole McMillan? He might have had that one oopsie poopsie, but he did score 2 touchdowns.
He got his first 2 touchdowns, if it's clear. And the first one came the drive after the drop. You know, so he got it right back. Which was, hey, yeah, good on him.
Absolutely.
And then he got a second one late in the game, which put the Panthers on top, and then the Cowboys went on, whatever. Rico Dowdle, player of the game. Easy
Again.
pick.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
On 30 carries, he had 183 yards. He also
That's
grabbed.
insane.
He had 4 catches for 56 yards as well for 239 total scrimmage yards. That is a Panthers franchise record.
You just said he was close to second place last week, and now he actually has it this week?
Well, he was second in rushing yards in a single game
Gotcha.
last week. This one is total scrimmage yards. He beats Christian McCaffrey, who had 2 games at 237.
Wow.
So he beats out Christian McCaffrey, which that's a wild stat. He's like, oh yeah, because Christian McCaffrey had a 1,000 yard season. You know, you would think with 1,000 rushing yards and 1,000 passing yards, oh yeah, he's definitely gonna hold that record. No, not anymore.
Can I ask a
what-
question? Do you happen to
Yes.
know who the last player that had 200 scrimmage yards in back-to-back weeks is?
No.
What? I
No,
don't even
I-
remember the last time that happened. I wonder if that's something I can look
I have a stat here. Rico Dowdle is the first undrafted player since 1970 with back-to-back 200 scrimmage yard games.
Wow.
That's undrafted. I don't know if there's a drafted player. I'm sure there is.
If I
like, it's-
search it, it says Rico Dowdle, and I'm like, okay, yes, I know that you
Yeah.
did.
We know this. We know this already.
Should have
Please,
looked it up
please
on
give
Sunday.
us historical data. you
Yeah.
know?
Okay, over
No,
the
no.
last 5 seasons, it goes Rico Dowdle. That's the list.
Just
Yeah.
Rico Dowdle. That's
Te
it.
That's it.
quiero mucho.
So in
None of-
the decade of 2020s, no one else has done it except for Rico Dowdle.
I love that.
Huge.
Another fun fact about this game: Rico Dowdle is the first former Cowboys player to rush for 100 yards against the Cowboys.
That's
a
awesome.
crazy that's crazy considering that the Cowboys have been around for decades. So
And then,
so
they've traded off people like Ezekiel Elliott, who eventually does come back to try to play against them and doesn't break that 100-yard rushing mark.
yeah. The Cowboys have had legendary running backs, and none of them have done it.
Did Emmitt
Maybe
Smith
they-
ever play for anyone except for the Cowboys?
I'm not sure. I think he did.
Maybe.
Great question.
This is gonna look really bad. I think. Yeah. Okay. Yes, he did. He did. He played 2 years for the Cardinals at the end of his career.
So I don't know
Yeah.
if he ever played against the Cowboys in that time, but to think that maybe
Yeah.
even then he didn't get 100 rushing yards is crazy.
You know what's even better about this? In the days before the game, Dowdle's getting interviewed about, hey, how's you going up against your former team? How is it? How do you feel? And he told the reporters that the Cowboys should that they should buckle up because he was coming for him, and he did come for them.
Sure did.
Revenge game.
And after the game, when asked about his performance, and he said, well, and about the Cowboys, he said, "quote They wasn't buckled up." Oh, love that. So
That's crazy.
Rico Dowdle, the reason why we've got back-to-back wins for what feels like the first time in years. Also, fun fact, the Panthers now 3-3. This is the first time they are 500 or better since November 14th, 2021. It's been 4 years since
I
we've been
remember
500 or
the
better.
last time they were 500 was that infamous Cam Newton, I'm back
It
game.
was that game.
They
It
won
was
that game. We're
I love
500 and then didn't win anymore.
I think they lost every other game but one for the rest of the season.
That's crazy.
Ooh, that's tough. But we take the little victories here.
Wins are hard in the NFL.
They are.
They are. Absolutely.
They are. And one more thing about Rico Dowdle. There was a play towards the end of the first half. The Panthers are driving the ball, trying to get some points before the end of the half because at this point in time, they're down 17-10. So, Bryce Young, he steps back. He throws a pass to Xavier Leggett. He catches it on a little crossing route. So as he's running, he's getting tackled, and just out of nowhere, he's just like, "Here you go." He just randomly laterals
Tries
the ball.
to lateral it. Yeah,
Yeah,
I do remember
that's-
seeing
yeah.
that.
And so he laterals it to Dowdle. And so now Dowdle's just got the ball. And then as he's trying to go upfield, a Cowboys defender punches the ball out of his hands. So he fumbles it. And the ball goes back 15 yards or so. Luckily, the Panthers get the ball back. But I'm watching that in real time. I'm like, what is happening?
Guys, it's not the last play of the half. We don't need to be crazy.
It wasn't. There was plenty of time. The Panthers, I think, had 2 timeouts, so there was plenty of time. The Panthers somehow managed to actually get a field goal out of that. So they
so
did
funny.
manage. They managed to get some points after that disaster. After the game, in his post-game interview, Dowdle said of the play, "Oh yeah, I yelled, 'Give me the ball' to Leggett as he's, being held up." So Dowdle called for the ball, and I'm just like, why? Why would you do that?
Yeah, so
First off, he's standing like in front of Leggett. So if Leggett actually threw the ball straight at him, it would have been an illegal forward pass. But you can't do that.
what's actually
And the
really
mission-
funny, I remember seeing a stat about that exact play. Technically, because of I don't know if it's because of the pitch, but technically there were
2
two
fumbles, right?
fumbles on
Yeah.
that play.
Yeah.
So I think
really funny.
that's crazy. So the Cowboys were credited with 2 separate forced fumbles on the play.
And they didn't recover either somehow.
No, they
which
did
that-
not.
which that's
You only get so
super
many
fortunate.
chances at that,
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah. So Panthers managed to kick a 55-yard field goal at the end of that drive to get some points. And then the second half happened. It was just trading touchdowns back and forth. Panthers touchdown, Cowboys touchdown, Panthers touchdown. Cowboys kick a field goal to tie it up, and then it comes to the final drive. There's 6 minutes left. Panthers got the ball. They got to go 60, 70 yards to the end zone, and doesn't start off great. You know, first down, first play of the drive, 2-yard run. Second down, incomplete pass, and then third down, another incomplete pass. But Panthers were bailed out by a pass interference. And so first down on that, and then just for the rest of the drive, the Panthers just ran the ball at the Cowboys until
with Rico Dowdle
with the play. Yep, until the play of the game. With 2.5 minutes left in the game, it is 4th and 4. At the Cowboys 40. It's just out. It's outside. It's no man's land. It's outside our kicker's field goal range. It's 58,
Right.
maybe. That's a maybe. His longest 57. But you don't want to kick a field goal in that situation. You don't, because if you kick the field goal and miss, you get the ball back to the Cowboys. The Cowboys will go down and score the game-winning points. Game's over, right?
Right.
So they go for it. If they don't make it, they give the ball back to the Cowboys, and the Cowboys, Dak will just throw the ball to Pickens all day, and they will they get it at the 40. They need to go 15 yards to get into Brandon Aubrey's range, And so they need to convert this 4th down. And what does Bryce Young do? He throws a bullet to Hunter Renfrow over the middle to get that first down. And at that point, it takes us to the 2-minute warning. And I was like, oh my gosh, the Panthers have a legitimate shot at winning.
the gunslinger.
Yeah,
Yep.
seriously. And then, a couple run plays later, we get down to the 20-ish yard line. And now Cowboys don't have any timeouts. And so the Panthers are obviously just going to run the ball to kill the clock, And so they hand it off to our rookie, Trevor Etienne. And on this play, the Cowboys are like, yo, go, dude. Oh, no, we missed. Oh, we're going to get him again. Hold on. Oh, no, he's going to go all the way. Like, they did not play defense
they
on
looked
that
like
play.
they were trying to let him score, and then he made the big, smart play of just going down past the first down line, right?
Yeah.
Like, he didn't do it too soon, which is so big.
Look, I think it's easier to realize when you're 20 yards away from the end zone, oh, these guys aren't trying to tackle me, So it's easier for him to recognize and go down. If he was, say, at the 10, 8-yard line, somewhere around there, that might have been a little difficult.
Especially with your forward momentum, yeah.
Yeah, because it reminds me of Todd Gurley a couple years ago when he accidentally scored.
He tried to go down early and fell on the goal line.
Yeah.
Counted as a touchdown.
Yeah, and then I don't remember who he was playing, but the other team came down, scored a touchdown, and won the game. Which that's tough. But they get into field goal range. Ryan Fitzgerald, undrafted rookie, comes and nails the 33-yarder as time expires. Celebrate good times.
Undefeated at home.
They are 3-0 at home, which is crazy. So yeah, that's great. I mean, the big thing about this game was, who would win? The Cowboys offense, the number 1 ranked offense, or the Cowboys defense, the 32nd dead last place defense.
Amazing.
And it was the defense that let the Cowboys down.
Noah, your team doesn't have the worst defense anymore.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
Let's go.
You are better than one team.
Yay!
We take those.
We take the wins when we can get them,
So exactly. And we're 3-3. We're feeling good.
You have the same record as the Chiefs.
As the Chiefs, yeah, yeah.
We sure do.
Reminds me of the John Daly Tiger Woods picture we showed last week about when the Panthers and the Chiefs having the same picture, but now it's just the Panthers and Chiefs, and we're just over here. We're vibing. The Chiefs are like, this is unacceptable. We should be 6-0, not 3-3. But we take those. So So go Panthers.
So your fun fact is that the Panthers not only have the same record as the Chiefs, but a better record than the Texans, better record than the Bengals, and the same record as the Commanders, and are on the heels of the Vikings and Bears, who are only ahead because they have less losses. Because they both went on a bye.
They had a bye week, yeah. I mean, yeah, it's the same
right
with
on the heels of the Falcons. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Look, we take 3-3. Honestly, if I made my pick'ems at the beginning of the preseason with seriousness, my team would not have 3 wins at my pick'ems. We'd maybe have 1. So we take the 3 wins. We take the 3 wins.
We take what we can. Wins are hard to come by.
They are. Speaking of hard-fought wins, Aaron.
I don't know if I'd call it. I mean, it was definitely hard fought, but like, man, you want to hear a fun stat?
Yes,
the Packers defense is the #1 defense in the first quarter through 5 weeks, even though they've played 5 games. Through 6 weeks, only playing 5 games, they have combined a grand total of 0 points in the first quarter for every single game.
It's pretty good.
The Packers are ranked 32nd in points for the fourth quarter. They have given up the most points in the fourth quarter than any other team.
Anti-clutch.
It sure is. It is literally the everything's falling apart. Please hold on to this lead type of game. You know, and you can see that here. Like the very first quarter of the Packers Bengals 0-0. Packers scored, and then the second half, let the Bengals start getting things going. Scored 2 touchdowns and a field goal and a 2-point conversion. And you know, what is there?
The Packers' strategy is score as many points as possible and pray and hope that they don't lose it at the last second.
It's the Ravens special. That's what the Ravens usually do.
Exactly.
I think that's what people thought the Bengals would be doing.
We're all trading scripts this week, you know? Like Noah has Tom's script, I have Noah's script, Tom probably has mine. A last second field goal to beat the Cowboys. Never heard that one before. I don't know.
And side note about that, it's so sad that Dak Prescott is playing his heart out, and yet his defense sucks. He is this year's Joe Burrow from last year.
It's true.
That's awful. That sucks.
Imagine trading away Micah Parsons. Couldn't be me. So, with the Packers at least.
That'll be you in 2 years.
Yep, you're right. That's so true. The expectation with the Packers is that they were going to blow out the Bengals. Everyone said if the Packers don't come off of this bye and blow out the Bengals, then it was going to be a big like it's something's wrong, right? How are the Packers not blowing out the Bengals, especially with Joe Burrow back there? Surprisingly, as long as you can throw the ball well, all you need to do is yuck it up to Jamar Chase and he can catch it. I guess that's what happened. That
touchdown was crazy. That was a crazy
Every single time Jamar Chase caught the ball, it was like through a tiny window, and Jamar Chase just does what Jamar Chase does, where he grabs it, holds control, balances himself well, stays in bounds, and makes catches that only Jamar Chase can make. I don't even know if it's because Flacco was the one throwing it, but Jamar Chase was just that good. But the fact of the matter is, if you look at this from a whole, the Packers still only held the Bengals to 18 points. That is less than the amount that the Lions held them to, and under 20 points is still top of the league when, you know, an average amount of points per game holding your opponents. After today, the Packers have jumped up again to one of the top defenses in the league for points allowed, especially just because of the fact that some of the other contenders up there started allowing a lot of points. So even with the 40 points they give up to the Cowboys, the Packers defense actually still holding strong, all things considered. And 27 points is not anything to shake a stick at. You can look at this and be like, oh, they only won by 9 points. 9 points is 2 scored. This is that's a good win right there. Even though it is against the Bengals. You'll win a lot of
games if you score 27 points.
Yeah, no, here's my big thing. It's like, oh, the Packers only beat the Bengals by 9 points. Okay, well, let's see who else played. The Eagles lost by 17, okay? The Lions lost by 13. The Bills lost by 10. Maybe you should just be happy to have a win. Guess what? I'm pretty happy to have a win. It doesn't matter if you think your foe is inferior or not. These are all NFL teams, and they all can pose some sort of roadblock for you. You need to still play your best and work hard to win, except for the Jets. They're a Pee Wee football team.
Oh.
No, but seriously.
Or New Jersey.
The thing that I saw out of this, and there's an actual like PFF grade for this as well, is the fact that the Packers kept playing soft zone. When they played man-to-man, they did great. I think out of their cornerbacks, their passer rating allowed when they were in man-to-man was only 48. When they were in zone, the passer rating allowed was 120 plus. So it's like, hey, maybe they do a lot better in man-to-man. Maybe people are figuring out these zones.
I was like, so I'm right here. You ain't getting it. I'm over here in zone. Hi, man. How's it going? How's the wife? How's the kids?
I know. That's exactly what it is. Something I've noticed with the Packers a lot is this was a big thing with Joe Barry. And I don't want to see it bleed into the Jeff Hafley because Jeff Hafley has done a wonderful job so far, is the fact that when they play man-to-man, they're playing for pass breakup. But when they play zone, they're playing for the tackle. And that's always bothered me, where I'm like, you can definitely jump this route. You can get in front of him, you can knock it down, but instead you're waiting for him to catch it and then tackling him. And so they keep going for these dump-off passes, and nobody's stepping up to make a play. Yeah. Obviously, you see him there, step up and make a play. It's not that hard. But unfortunately, they just play really soft in zone. That's what they do.
I mean, it's odd because you would like to see as a fan like the defense making those plays all the time. But if from an offensive coordinator's perspective, if they see the defense trying to make those plays, jumping them out on every play, they have plays that defeat that.
Yeah, exactly. Right. And so the Packers,
I guess, can't do it every time.
The Packers are going to be more accepting of these short pass plays rather than giving up something big. And the Packers are number one in the league right now at holding off explosive plays. Their defensive gives up the least amount of explosive plays than any other team in the league. So that's absolutely something that they take solace in. On the flip side, their offense is, I don't know if it's top 3 or top 5 in explosive plays down the field, because Jordan Love is always slinging it down the field, and guess what? When they let them throw the ball down the field, they do pretty darn well. There's these bubble screens and end arounds that don't usually do well, but when Jordan Love is slinging
jet sweep,
they do pretty good. Stop jet sweeping! The only other issue I think I have with the defense, which I really shouldn't because they have been playing great, number one, I would love to see start calling the holding calls on Micah Parsons because his neck is going like this on every play, and everyone
sees who you sound like.
Cowboys fan.
Like Cowboys fans for the last 4 years. Yeah,
I know. It's true though. I see what they were complaining about. Because, it's like if they're holding him, he's not going to make it to the quarterback because they're literally dragging him to the ground. He actually plays pretty darn well when he's not being held by 2 people at the same time. And even so, he's making impacts on every single play where if he's being double-teamed, it allows Lucas Van Ness to come off the edge and get the sack. So that's been good. But even more so than that, we need to see more takeaways, right? The Packers right now are basically losing the turnover battle every single game, every single one, and they're still somehow winning. Right. Usually the key metric is if you have more takeaways, that means you have more possessions, you have the ball more, you score more, you win more games. And the Packers have not been doing that. They have had 2 interceptions all season long, and one of them was on a 4th down play where it wouldn't have mattered if they intercepted the ball, and matter of fact, it would have been better if they just batted the ball down because then they would have gotten the ball further up when the ball was turned over. Yeah. So, we need to see those explosive turnovers because last year they were doing what the Jaguars are doing this year. They were number 1 or even top 3 in takeaways through the first however many weeks because Xavier McKinney had an interception every game for the first 6 or 7 games, and they were getting 2-3 fumbles. It was crazy. It was fantastic to watch, and it's they were giving up more yards, but so once the Vikings came down and were first and goal, bam, there's a sack fumble, and now the Packers have the ball. And it's we're not seeing that. We're either we have to stop them or they score. That's it. There's no in between whatsoever because there's absolutely no urgency to get the ball out. They're not even forcing a fumble. It's not like they're forcing a fumble and not recovering it. They're not even forcing those fumbles. So it's crazy.
So I get that. The Panthers are not a turnover ball hawk team either. They only have a few. I think Ravens don't have a ton either, do they?
No, I don't think so.
No.
But the only team that has less takeaways than the Packers is the Jets.
They got the first one this week.
And they did, and they still lost.
Yeah.
So that just kind of puts into perspective of what the defense needs to get done. Otherwise, when it comes to actually like stopping big plays and stopping scoring, they're doing pretty darn good up until the fourth quarter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then flipping it over to the offense, other than the one interception that Jordan Love threw, that I'm trying to remember if that was even his fault or not. I want to say it wasn't. I don't think it was his fault, but Josh Jacobs finally got going with 93 yards, an average of 5, and 2 touchdowns.
Only 93, Aaron.
Only 93.
He got me points.
Sorry.
And not an average of 190 yards over the past 2 games.
I'm sorry, he's not
Josh
Rico
Jacobs got me
Dowdle.
points in my fantasy.
That's true. He did great.
Yeah, he got me points.
I mean, because again, compared to a lot of the others, I'm pretty sure. Here, let me look at Eagles' score. I'm kind of curious. Did he get more rushing yards than Saquon Barkley? Player stats:
Probably.
Saquon Barkley, 58 yards. Kind of crazy. He didn't get more than Derrick Henry, but it's like, we take what we can get, and 93 yards is an absolute great stat line. Plus the 57 that he got from receiving, he was pretty close. That's 150 scrimmage yards. That's pretty darn good.
That's not bad.
Jordan Love got his 1 touchdown as well. I love seeing that Matthew Golden started breaking out and getting these big catches, especially when we needed them on 3rd and 4th down. I don't remember if there was a 4th down one, but I know there was at least a couple 3rd down ones. Romeo
3
Dobbs
receptions for 86 yards for Golden.
consistent.
That's not bad.
Yeah, no,
that's
absolutely. He led the team in receiving. Tucker Kraft was still consistent. And actually, here's another fun fact. When Tucker Kraft is targeted, when he's the one having the ball thrown to, Jordan Love has a perfect passer rating.
Jordan Love
Yay.
loves Kraft mac and cheese.
He sure does.
Yes.
Honestly,
Jordan loves Kraft.
all
and
this
cheese.
means is that we
Yes.
need to throw the ball to Tucker Kraft every single play. It has nothing to do with the fact that he's on my fantasy.
Dude, it sounds like you're playing Madden.
You're trying to get the all-time
Same play,
record. Keep
same
doing
play
it.
over and over again.
The funny fact of that is that when I did play Madden when I was all like 10 years old, all I would do is run wheel routes. I would have the running back run out and just run downfield and be like, woo! Every single play. It worked. Nobody ever covered him. So, yeah. When it comes down to it, I think the Packers played well. Anyone who is concerned with the Packers' performance, they're still doing what they do best. Their defense is showing up. Their offense is showing up. Yeah, so maybe they weren't there in the 1st and 3rd quarter, but to be fair, that's because the Cincinnati Bengals had the ball for like 11 minutes of the 3rd quarter. The Packers
That was
got
a
it.
crazy drive.
Had their drive bleed into the 4th, and they scored. Wasn't that big a deal. The Packers only punted twice. They only gave up 2 touchdowns, held the Bengals to less than 20, and if you're holding your teams to less than 20, you're going to win most games. That's just a good stat. It's how it is. So
You know what's crazy? Talking about the Bengals holding the ball for 11 minutes. If you go to the ESPN play-by-play, it shows you how long the drive was. So at the 3rd quarter, Bengals touchdown, 17 plays, 78 yards, 10 minutes and 14 seconds. It's the only drive in the 3rd quarter because the Packers' drive in the 3rd quarter ended in the 4th. And so it's underneath the fourth quarter banner.
Yep.
I love that.
So the Packers didn't score in the 3rd quarter because they didn't have time to score in the third quarter. And
they
that's the
did
only reason
not.
that's a 0. Because they did score on that drive. It just bled into the 4th quarter. So
It was the first play of the 4th quarter, I think. So it's just so funny that there's only one drive in the whole 3rd quarter.
So if you're a Packers fan and this concerns you, thank God you're not a Lions fan because they have their own struggles. Brian Branch starting a fight and getting fined. Thank God that you're not a Bills fan. Dude, honestly, I was so high on the Bills, and then I looked at their wins, and their 4 combined wins, I think they're against teams that have a combined total of 3 wins altogether.
They've beaten the Ravens, Jets, Dolphins, and Saints combined 3-21.
So like
Man.
They beat up bad teams.
They do. So you could be a fan of a lot of these teams right now and have much bigger struggles. I think the bigger question mark of the week would be like being a Chargers fan and only winning against the Dolphins by 2. Or being an Eagles fan in general and being like, how are we losing to the Giants?
How did the
What's
Giants
going on?
win that game?
Or a Broncos fan and being all like, how did we barely escape against the Jets? You put all of this into perspective, a 27-18 game feels pretty darn good right now.
Absolutely.
So that's my 2 cents. Honestly, I think the Packers are doing well. Just to throw it out there.
They're doing fine. They're doing fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Better than a lot of these teams. Like, how do you allow Cam Scatterbo to get 3 touchdowns?
Because he just puts his head down and he runs really hard.
Yep, exactly.
He runs like he already has CTE. You know?
That means he's got nothing to lose.
Yeah, seriously, it wouldn't surprise me if his pregame warm-up is him just slamming his head against the wall in a tunnel.
Just, all right, guys, pregame warm-up. Let's go. Ready?
Yeah, we're going.
All right, I'm ready, coach. Throw me in.
You know?
I'm with crazies.
It's called physical comedy, Noah. Come on.
And even the Colts only barely scraped out a win against the Cardinals with Jacoby Brissett.
That is not a good sign for Kyler Murray. If Jacoby Brissett can run this offense better, maybe it was just a weird day. But the Colts did get a win, so which means
the Call of Duty beta was out.
Yep.
Yo.
Yes.
Da 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 da.
Speaking of the Colts, did you guys hear about the pre-game injuries?
No, what happened?
Oh yes, I did. Anthony.
So
out.
two injuries happened. I wrote it down here somewhere. Okay, Colts. Anthony Richardson was warming up before the game. He was using one of those rubber elastic resistant bands, and so he was using it around his leg to get loose. It came loose. It hit him in the eye, and it broke his orbital bone in his eye socket.
What?
Yeah,
That's...
and so. Yeah, so he's broke it, and the Colts put him on IR because of it.
Ooh, on IR.
Yeah, he's
that
out.
Means he's out for like
4
minimum
games.
4. Yeah, jeez.
Yeah. And then they had a second injury. The cornerback Tre'Davious Ward. He was warming up, and he collided with the tight end Drew Ogletree during warmups, and Ward suffered a concussion that knocked him out of the game before it even started.
Wow.
Which
this is all just warm-ups.
It's warm-ups. It's just warm-ups, and which both freak accidents, and it sucks that happens. And it's not funny, but it's warm-ups.
It's warm-ups. Yeah, how do you get hurt? What?
I can only imagine with the resistance band, he probably had, he was laying on the ground and he's probably had his foot all the way up in the air, and so the rubber band was cocked, aiming straight at his face, and it slipped off his foot, and it's just like BAM! I was like, oh
yeah,
just like ow.
All right, before we get to power rankings, though, I do want to ask you guys one question that I think will be. I think this is a very interesting question to pose, right? So before this last week, there were 4 teams that only had 1 loss that lost this week and are now 4-2 instead of 4-1. Of these 4 teams, I want to know which one is the most concerning and which one is the least concerning. All right. So we have the 49ers losing to the Bucks. We have the Bills losing to the Falcons. We have the Eagles losing to the Giants, and we have the Lions losing to the Chiefs.
The most concerning is the Bills.
The Bills losing to the Falcons.
Yeah, the Bills losing to the Falcons.
That game was just tough to watch. Just like the first half.
2 interceptions from Josh Allen. Oh, that was so unlike him.
And they were up what was it, 21-0 before the half, or at least before I stopped watching the game.
They were up
pretty high. The
0.
Falcons were.
The Falcons were
14?
up 20. They were up 21-7 because the Bills did score in the first quarter.
Yeah,
they were almost up 28-7 at the very end of the half, but was it Drake London that stepped out of bounds right at the end of the half?
Yes. Yep.
Yes.
So that could have been an even bigger blowout. The Bills were only able to score twice. It didn't look good.
Yeah, the biggest concern, I think, for the Bills is the defense. They gave up 443 yards to the Falcons. A Falcons team that lost 30-0 to the Panthers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which after watching this Falcons performance, it makes that win look even better for the Panthers. You know,
right?
It's true.
Like, the
That
Panthers
is
might be
true.
better than the Bills.
yeah.
Look at
I
the
mean,
strength of victory. I mean, who did
mhm.
the Panthers beat? The Falcons, the Cowboys,
Cowboys.
and who else did they beat?
I should know this.
Last week.
The Dolphins.
The
The
Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Okay, well the Dolphins aren't that big of a deal, but yeah, no, they did beat a team that's over 500. So
Yeah.
that's something, and beat
Yeah.
another team that is kind of close to 500. What are they? 2-2-1.
The Cowboys were 2-2-1 at the beginning of the game. Now 2-3-1,
There
which
you
is
go.
just objectively funny because they can't count to 3 correctly.
No, definitely not. So I think
But
I'm
yeah.
all with you. The most concerning loss is the Bills, and that makes it kind
Yep.
of weary looking at them for the future.
I would say the Bills defense that we just talked about and the Bills receiving core. There's no one there's no one that I can trust in the Bills receiving core to catch the ball.
Is
be the number
Shakir
one
just
guy.
like out now? Is he just gone?
Yeah.
Oh, that's rough.
I think he's out for the season.
That's
It's a
crazy.
tough loss for the Bills. It's not
I mean,
a great look.
Dalton Kincaid is out. Curtis Samuel is out. Those are 2 guys that are reliable ball catchers, and they're just out. So there's not really a guy that I don't think Josh Allen can be like, I'm going to you every play.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right.
And then least concerning, I think it'd be the 49ers.
Yeah, because the 49ers losing
Yeah.
to the Bucks, and the Bucks are, they're 5-1 now. They're literally one of the best teams, if not the best team in the league. So I'm kind of
It's
right
also-
there with you. But my
Also,
follow
the
up
Niners
answers.
are injured.
Yeah, my follow-up
But
answer to that is also the Lions, because the Chiefs are still a good football team. They had some rough and tumble, but the Chiefs at home is a really tough game to play. And so you lost 30-17. You put up some good points, but I don't think the Lions really need to concern themselves being like, oh no, it's over for the Lions. I think they're going to bounce back easily. And let me look at the Lions schedule. They probably win most of their upcoming games. Yeah, they're playing the Buccaneers next, and that one will be a tough one. But they are playing, the Vikings, the Commanders, the Giants, the Cowboys still, and they're still expected to win a lot of those.
That actually, much like the Niners, the Lions got a full roster on the injury list right now.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't surprise me that they actually lost to the Chiefs, who got everyone back seemingly for this game. So there's that, and so I think the Chiefs, benefited from everyone coming back. And if people wrote off the Chiefs, that was a mistake because they're coming.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
but they've won 2 in a row now. They're back to 500.
Like you look out because here they come.
Yep.
And but
buckled
going back to the
in.
Lions, going back to the Lions, they get they'll be fine. They'll get healthy. They'll win. They'll still win a lot more games than they're gonna lose this season. Losing to the Chiefs, that's fine.
Lions are
Looks
either
like
winning the NFC North or at least getting a playoffs to like a wild card seed. There's no way they don't.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, you want to get into some power rankings though?
Oh,
I love my power
This
rankings.
is gonna be spicy.
This is going to be
This one's gonna
spicy,
be
especially
spicy.
since I think the NFL is off its rocker again. Some of these I agree with, but then like after 6, I mean, like there's probably 1 or 2 that deserve to be in the top 6, but the top 6 is pretty fair. But
I
number
have
one,
not seen any I haven't seen any power rankings. So I've got my top 5 written down. I'm interested to see what
I
what you
I
say
don't
here.
break down my top 5 because honestly, I just agree because I'm like, yeah, this makes sense.
this
cool.
seems good. But here, let me
Yeah.
tell you what the NFL has. Number 1, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They do have the best record at 5-1.
I do also have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as my number 1 team.
Yeah.
That's so valid,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, that would make a lot of sense. They had the
They
best
fin-
record.
they finally
They've
won a
played really
game.
well.
Yeah, they finally won a game that didn't come to last drive score.
True. Yeah.
And even though the receiving core is knocked out, like I think the 5th string receiver is now the number 1 receiver.
And the
Baker
rookie
Mayfield
for-
is still making those throws. Did you see in that game? It was like the 4th quarter. Baker was facing a 3rd and 14. Did you see that run he pulled off?
Oh, he's trying with
That's
every fiber of his
wild.
being. He wants it so bad. So
He-
bad.
he ducks two guys in his backfield. He takes off. He puts on a move and he reaches for the first down and he gets up and he's just like It's just like he's crazy. He's playing like a man possessed. And frankly, a lot of discourse is Baker Mayfield is now emerging as an MVP frontrunner. Coming in towards the first third of the season, and I see why.
Absolutely.
So yeah, that's why I've got the Bucs at number 1. What does the NFL say for number 2?
Number 2, they have the Detroit Lions.
I do not have the Lions at 2.
I don't either, but they're still a good team, but they did lose. But but then they put number 3, the Seattle Seahawks.
I don't have the Seahawks.
Seems a little high. Number
4.
Though
Sam Darnold. Hey, we did say, hey, Sam Darnold, what, top 3 in passing yards this season?
True.
Yeah, and they're playing tough games. They are winning.
Who did they lose against? I know they lost against the Bucs, and I think they lost a division game as well. Was it the Rams or was it the Niners?
I think it was. They lost week 1 against the Niners 17-13, and then they lost last week to the Bucs 38-35. They beat the Jaguars this week, 20-12. So that they beat a winning football team this last week.
They sure did. And then number 4, they have the Buffalo Bills, moving them down. Number 5, it makes sense. Makes sense that they lost. So number 5, they put the Green Bay Packers.
That's a little high for my liking.
Maybe a little bit. Number 6, Philadelphia Eagles.
I would knock them down even further after losing.
I would too.
Number 7,
by 3 scores. The Giants.
Yeah.
Way down.
Number 7, they have the LA Rams.
That's fine.
I mean, they won.
That's fine.
And then number 8 is the 5-1 Indianapolis Colts.
The disrespect.
That's what I'm saying.
Tied for NFL hates the Colts.
They
Colts
do.
won against. Let me look at this.
Unbelievable.
The Colts won against the Cardinals last week.
Oh yeah.
Who else have they won against? They blew out the Raiders. They beat the Cardinals. Lost to the Rams. Beat the Titans. They beat the Broncos.
Okay, the Broncos is a really only impressive win.
Yeah, but they blew out teams they were supposed to blow out. They blew out the Dolphins. They blew out the Titans. They blew out the Raiders. They didn't keep any of those games close, and that's, I think, why they've looked so good. I think up against the Chargers this upcoming week is going to be their real test to see if they can, hang. But I still think they're better than 8,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And the one loss is a one-possession game loss
to a good team. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
so
then
that's fine.
They put number 9, the Kansas City Chiefs, and then number 10.
That's fine.
I mean, it would be fine if they put the actual better teams above them. Number 10 is the 4-1 Pittsburgh Steelers. 11 is the 4-2 Broncos.
Steelers are getting slept on.
Yeah,
honestly,
they are.
The Steelers they're the only normal team in the AFC North right now.
No, seriously.
That's saying something. They have Aaron Rodgers as a quarterback.
Yeah, and we thought the Steelers.
He's been quiet this year.
I know.
That's crazy.
Yeah. No, we thought the Steelers weren't going to be that great because of Aaron Rodgers, but we were wrong.
But number 11, Denver Broncos, who are 4-2. 12 is the Washington Commanders, 3-3. 13 is the Jacksonville Jaguars at 4-2. 14 is the Los Angeles Chargers at 4-2. 15 is the San Francisco 49ers at 4-2. 16 is the New England Patriots at 4-2. You have to understand how many teams are below the 3-3 Washington Commanders and the 3-3 Kansas City Chiefs.
It's crazy that they have a division leader at 16.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
dude,
wild.
They need to stop being all like, "Oh, you lost. I'm going to put you down 2." No, you need to drop some of these teams. They need to drop.
Yeah,
like
need to
genuinely.
Go 20s or 30s.
Stop being Kansas City is number 9. There are 9 teams better than Kansas City right now. I promise you there are.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of interesting. But you know what? We're gonna have our own top 6 because we always do 5 and a bonus. So guys, who do we have?
You had my number 1. It's
my
the
number
Bucs.
1, I think I'm also going to say the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. What do you think, Noah?
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
They're winning good
Tampa
games
Bay
against
Buccaneers are doing
good
good.
teams, and they're keeping it
Yep.
close with good teams. I think they basically only played good teams, except for I think the Saints. You know, but even still, the Saints don't look bad. It's been close. Everybody they've played. Listen, the
Falcons,
Saints,
the Texans, the Jets, the Seahawks, and Niners are the wins, and the only loss is a 6-point loss against the Eagles.
listen,
So they
the
haven't even played the
Saints
Saints yet.
beat the Giants beat the Eagles. Okay, the Eagles beat
Yeah,
the Bucks. Therefore, it's the circle of the NFL.
Everyone is either good or bad. There's no in between.
No
Number
in
2,
between.
I will very confidently say Colts. What do we think?
Colts.
Let's go Colts.
You
Let's
gotta
go
put
Colts.
respect on someone who's only lost once, and they're blowing out bad teams. I know it's like strength of schedule, but they blew them out, okay? They look great. Give them a respect. We'll drop them if they lose to the Chargers. Sound good?
The hat will go back way over there if they lose to the Chargers.
And now we get into that weird spot between 3 and 5 where we have a lot of 4 and 2 teams, and even the Packers who are 3-1 and 1. And it's like a lot of the 4 and 1 teams just lost. So who are we putting here? Noah, who do you think?
Yeah. Go ahead, Noah.
3.
Yeah.
Between all the 4 and 2 teams,
Or the Packers were 3-1 and 1. Technically
Don't
top of the
forget about
NFC North.
honestly, I would say Broncos at number 3. Personally,
That's a wild.
it's a wild take.
That's
They did
wild.
win. Who have
They
they
did win.
won?
You can't
won.
call the last game a win. The Jets lost. That was the outcome of that game.
But
It was
they
a
won the
tie
game. Listen,
yeah.
you win the games you need to. They did beat the Eagles. They blew out the Bengals. They slightly lost to the Chargers and Colts. They beat the Titans. So that's where their wins came from. But you know what? They are a good team.
For me, I have Lions at number 3. Though in my list, I have Lions question mark at 3. So
There you go. See,
That's you know what? How about we put both the Lions and the Broncos at number 3? Because who cares anymore? Am I right?
no,
Send
yeah,
them
who
in.
cares? Yeah,
And then
do it.
And then can I put the Packers at 4 because they did win and they actually look consistent?
I'll concede.
Yes, let's
Yeah.
go Packers
Yeah.
at 4. Let's
Yeah,
go.
We can put the Packers there. Sure.
And
We
then
can put the Packers at 4.
at number 5, there's got to be another 4 and 2 team that's
I
at
have the
least
Seahawks.
decent. The Seahawks.
I have the Seahawks.
Yeah,
I have the
that's a good
Seahawks.
They
pick.
did
at
win because
5.
it's like there's all these teams that just lost. The Bills are actually kind of fraudulent. I hate to say it. The Eagles
We
are on the
talked about it
downturn.
earlier. Yeah, we talked about it earlier. The Bills have won 4 games against teams with a combined record of 3-21.
I'll put the
They're not
Seahawks at
beating
number
good
5.
teams. Yeah.
But can I
Yeah.
make an argument for bonus number 6? Can we put the New England Patriots?
I will put the Patriots
Ooh.
there. They are leading the
division
AFC East
leader.
right now.
And
Yeah, they
they've
are.
been beating
As long
teams
as
with
we-
winning records.
As long as we also put the Panthers at the honorable mention.
Let's go,
Yes.
Panthers
Let's
honorable
do it.
mention.
Let's
Listen,
do it.
if the NFL can put the Chiefs, who are 3-3, at top 10, we can put the Panthers tied at number 6 with the New England Patriots.
Let's go.
Even though the Patriots blew us out 3 weeks ago by 30 points. We won't mention that though. But we're equal in the eyes of our rankings.
Yes.
Listen,
Yes.
it's who's good right now, not who was good 2 weeks ago, because otherwise the Bills and the Eagles would be up there. We're leaving them both off the list.
Oh yeah.
We're getting crazy. Dude, I'm looking at this.
yeah.
If you were to show me this list 6 weeks ago, I
At the
would
beginning of the
be
season,
like,
Yeah.
what?
Huh?
I'd be like,
The
okay,
Colts?
but where's
The
the Bills?
Panthers?
Where's the Bengals? Where's the Ravens? Where's the
The
Chiefs?
Seahawks.
The who?
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, these are our crazy power rankings. Don't put too much thought into it.
Put all the thought into it.
Yes.
Get on our
All of the
level.
thought. Yes.
All right,
Let's do some picks.
Let's do some
picks.
pick'ems. We got some pick'ems,
All right.
guys. It's pick'ems time.
First game for week
What?
7 is
Wait,
the
what?
Pittsburgh Steelers versus the
first off-
Cincinnati Bengals.
First
Go
off,
ahead.
last week we did 10-5 last week.
Last
So,
week,
you know,
yeah.
that's
We didn't get the Eagles. We got the Broncos, the Colts, the Steelers. Didn't get the Panthers. Man, we should have known. We did get the
should've known.
Seahawks,
Yeah,
Rams,
should've
Chargers,
known.
Patriots, Raiders. We had a good stretch there. Bucks,
Mhm.
Packers.
And then the
we didn't get the
primetime games we
Lions, didn't get the
missed on.
Bills, didn't get the
Yeah.
Commanders. So,
What, we missed all 4 primetime games?
Mhm.
I think,
Oops.
I'm pretty sure we did. Yeah, absolutely.
Oopsies.
We got both of the Monday night games on too, right? Like,
a
that
lot
was
of people
wild.
did.
Didn't get Thursday
I got
night,
it
didn't
wrong.
get Sunday night, didn't get both Monday nights. Oops.
Oh well.
Oops.
You guys don't
Oh,
stay up
well.
to watch those games anyway.
No.
All
That's
right.
fine. Being an
Thursday
adult,
night
but
this
anyway.
week. Steelers at Bengals. Are we going Steelers?
Quietly
a good
AFC
team.
North matchup.
That would have been my other
Unfortunately.
honorable mention for our bonus. Our tier list would have been
Steelers.
Yeah,
Steelers.
Steelers. Yeah.
They are quietly
I have
doing very
Steelers.
well.
No.
And Aaron
yeah,
Rodgers' quiet team, that's wild.
That's
Yeah.
a first.
I do have the Steelers winning this game.
Unfortunately, I have to pick the Steelers. It's just no doubt in my mind. You know.
Mhm.
I don't
So
think Joe
sorry
Flacco
we didn't
is
put them
the
on our
answer.
list for our
I'm not sorry.
rankings, but it's literally because they're quiet and we forgot about them, even though we just talked about them.
I'm not
Yep.
sorry.
They're an honorable number 7, and if they win
Yes.
this, well, they're going to beat the Bengals. If they lose to the Bengals, then we were right to not put them on there. But if they beat the Bengals, we'll be looking at maybe a different list next week.
Oh, what's another international game, guys? Come on.
Oh, boy.
The Jacksonville London game. Woo!
The
Yay.
honorary yearly Jacksonville London game. Is this their second one
Lon-
this year?
No, it's the first.
Okay,
No,
I swear
first one.
they do one every year though. Absolutely,
They do.
The Vikings
Jaguar-
had 2 international games this year.
They did back-to-back weeks.
Yep.
So we got the Rams taking on the Jaguars. Who we got? My vote is Rams.
Oh, I'm Jaguars.
Your Jaguars? No,
I mean, it's
deciding-
the London Jaguars. Come on.
That's basically home for them.
Yeah, pretty much. I picked the Rams though.
Ah, Rams it is.
Matthew Stafford's on my starter in my fantasy. I have to go for that team.
You gotta hope he
But
wins.
seriously, I gotta hope he wins. But yeah, no, I
Then-
really just the Rams are gonna do better than the Jaguars. But
We've got the
Next
first
we got-
string of games. We got the New Orleans Saints going to Chicago to take on the Bears, who did just win on Monday night against an arguably better team.
It's funny that the Bears' last 2 games both ended up in 25-24 scores.
I think it's like the
True.
first time. My dad sent me a text about it. I don't know if it's the first time in history, but it's the first time in a very long time that it's happened. The last time it happened was in 1919,
The Dayton Triangles?
and the identical scores were 7-6.
ooh,
Oh, ew. Ew.
ooh,
Ew. Points at a premium.
Such a year 1919 football score as well. He didn't tell
I
me
hope
the
that wasn't
teams,
my
but-
Dayton Triangles.
I hope not, man. So I'm taking the Bears. I hate to say it. I hope they lose,
your
but
Bears.
Bears, man.
I mean, we
The
all agree
NFC
that the
North is
Saints
going to be
look
so
better.
tough this year.
Yeah. I mean, I think we all agree the Saints are not playing as bad as we thought they were, and that
definitely
maybe
not.
Yeah.
Spencer Rattler may be the guy.
The Saints might be the best 1-5 team right now. There's only like
Really?
4 1-5 teams, but out of them, I think they're the best one.
I mean, I think they're better than the next 2 1-5 teams we're about
Yeah,
to talk
exactly.
about.
I was gonna say that.
Yep, we got the 1-5 Dolphins taking on the 1-5 Cleveland Browns.
A true tank bowl.
I
A
honestly
true
hate
tank
that
bowl.
I don't know who to choose. I'm actually surprised the Browns are favored because I would think the Dolphins are favored if anything. But I
they're
know
only
the Dolphins
favored by the money line.
just
but that's
barely.
about it.
They're
you
only
know?
favored because
Barely.
they're home. If this was a neutral site, I don't know. This
yeah.
might be split even.
I think Tua will somehow manage to win, even though Tua called out players for not showing up to meetings this week,
And
that's-
apparently somebody else called out Tua for being
Or
late to
not
the
should-
first one.
That's
for,
so funny.
for calling the pot kettle black. There's a lot of dysfunction. It would not surprise me if the Browns actually win. Actually, I'm going to pick the Browns.
You're
I
gonna
think
pick the
Dylan
Browns?
Gabriel gets it. Yeah, I'm going to pick
I was
the
going
Browns.
to pick the Dolphins just because I think they're the slightly better team. So once again, it falls into the hands of Noah. Noah, who are we picking?
It was up until just a second ago that I had the Dolphins picked.
Okay, but
I'm picking the Browns.
oh, we're
It's-
going
I
Browns.
actually-
There's no
I
winning
am-
this game.
There
no,
is no.
I am actually hoping that the Browns win because this will be the game that determines Mike McDaniel's future with the Dolphins.
Dude,
If-
if the Dolphins
if Mike
lose, Mike
McDaniel-
McDaniels
Dolphins
is
lose,
out.
Yeah,
It has
if the
to.
Dolphins lose to the Browns, Mike McDaniel's out. I hope
It
that's
has
the
to be.
case. It has to be.
be.
It's crazy to me that sorry, I gotta get the guy's name again. The Titans head coach, Brian
Brian Callahan.
that he was fired and Mike McDaniel still has a job.
Okay, to be fair.
To be fair, go ahead.
To be fair, Brian Callahan, no idea what he was doing as a head coach. Like,
Fair
seriously, he was out of here before we even knew it. Fun fact about this: the last 4 quarterbacks taken number 1 overall have all had the head coach fired in the rookie year.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Trevor Lawrence in 2021, Urban Meyer got fired, after, unnecessary grinding. 20,
What a penalty!
2023
It's a
was
20-year
Bryce Young.
penalty.
Yeah, seriously. 2023, Bryce Young with Frank Wright, got fired. 2024, last year, Caleb Williams with Matt Eberflus.
Yeah.
Deserved
He's got-
though. Matt
and then-
Eberflus
yeah.
is terrible. Still is.
And this year, Cam Ward, number 1 overall, and Brian Callahan. And I get that these teams think, hey, we need a quarterback, right? But, if you draft a quarterback at number 1, there are a lot of other problems in that organization. Coaching might be one of them.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's weird that all these former number 1 quarterbacks have had their coach fired. It does not help, certainly.
All right, so Cleveland Browns though. Then we've got
And
New
we're the
England
Cleveland
Titans.
Browns.
the New England Patriots. We're the Cleveland Browns. I know. The Cleveland Patriots. Oh god. The New England Patriots
No.
taking on the Tennessee Titans.
No,
Mike
it's
Ma-
like that
yeah.
one dream that I had that I was in North Carolina watching the Chicago Browns play.
Oh.
Mike Vrabel returning to Tennessee, where he was the head coach for many years.
Choosing the Patriots.
I'm sure he would have loved to have, beaten Callahan, and he would have been the reason why he got fired. I think it's the Patriots easily going to win this game.
Patriots.
100%.
All
100%.
right. Then we've got the Las Vegas Raiders going into Kansas City to take on the Chiefs. The Chiefs are the most favored team all week long. So
Unfortunately, for the sake of my pick'ems, I have to go against my ethics. I'm picking the Chiefs.
you are picking the Chiefs?
I am picking the Chiefs for this one.
okay,
This is going to be a blowout, I think.
I mean, yeah. The Raiders got a win last week, but they were playing the Titans.
Come on, that's momentum though.
No, it's not.
That's not enough momentum.
I don't think. Divisional game. Who knows what'll happen?
You never know.
But I do have the Chiefs. Like I said earlier, they're getting all the players back right now.
Rashid Rice just came off of suspension.
He and Rashid Rice is back. Yeah, and it's a nice, easy opponent in the Raiders in this first game back. Yeah. Yeah,
And they're playing at Arrowhead.
It is at Arrowhead. It is hard to play at Arrowhead.
Tough game.
The
Yeah,
Chiefs
it's gonna be a
fans
tough
are
game for the
annoying
Raiders
like
to
no
play.
other.
Absolutely.
This is Chiefs.
Honestly, hardest places the NFL to play are Arrowhead, Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, and then Lambeau in the winter.
True, Lambeau in the winter, especially if it's snowing.
It's tough. Or Buffalo in the winter.
for
But,
that.
I would still say that's probably at the bottom of the list, though. It's just because it's snowy, but it's not that big of a home field advantage. But the Packers fans in winter, they let you know. All right. Then we've got the Philadelphia Eagles going to Minnesota to take on the Vikings. Who do we got?
Okay, so this is interesting because of the Vikings injury report on October 13th. J.J. McCarthy practiced
Yeah.
for the first
he might
time
actually
since
be
he got
back.
ankle. So J.J. McCarthy could be the starting quarterback for this game. which I think might lean this more into the Vikings' favor. I still don't know who McCarthy is as a quarterback. I mean, he's only played
Yeah.
2 games.
He was bad for 3 quarters and then
Yeah.
amazing for 1. It's just the JJ McCarthy way. I actually was watching a show this morning where the guy said, he's like, honestly, if Carson Wentz starts, I'm choosing the Vikings, but if JJ McCarthy starts, I'm choosing the Eagles. And I thought that was kind of interesting.
Yeah,
I mean, and
that's an
I'm sure
interesting
I'm
call.
sure the Eagles are looking to bounce back after an embarrassing loss to the Giants. So, I'm going to pick Vikings.
You're
I
going to
think
pick
the
Vikings?
I'm going to pick Vikings.
Oh.
For better or worse.
For me, it's so tough just because of the fact that, like, this game is way more 50-50 than maybe it's coming out to be, right? Because it's 78%
absolutely.
picked Eagles. But both of these teams 4-2 and 3-2. And the fact of the matter is that this could be the Eagles' decline. They are having troubles in the locker room. They are miscommunicating. They are not playing together as a coherent team. And matter of fact, if you've actually watched any of the Eagles' games, they're not putting together full 4 quarters.
They aren't, no.
They're stumbling either in the first half or the second half, depending on who they're playing. They almost lost it to the Bucks because they got out to such a hot start and then stopped playing in the second half. Literally 0 yards passing in that whole half. When they played the Chiefs, only 101 yards passing. They really aren't getting a whole lot of offense out there. And if you can stop the run, then you're stopping the Eagles. So I think the Vikings know this. I think I'm also going to take the Vikings. I talked myself into it.
Woo, spicy.
But the NFC North is just a gauntlet at this point.
It is. I did pick the Eagles personally.
That's
but
fair. That's totally fair.
I get trumped by the Eagles bit, so
we're getting spicy. Yeah. To be fair, we trumped Tom earlier when we chose.
We did, yes.
When we chose the
Rams.
Rams.
You. Yeah,
and then you guys trumped me by picking the Browns, so we're all getting trumped.
Yes.
Okay, but then we have America's Game of the Week: the Carolina Panthers going to the New York Jets.
Let me tell you something about this game. It has trap game written all over it.
Trap game?
It is
something
a trap
the
game.
Packers Browns. It's like it's a game that it seems like you should win by a mile, yet it becomes close and you lose.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you why. The Jets are looking for the first win, so they'll come out. They're at home. They want to prove that the game against the Broncos last week, where Justin Fields threw for net negative 10 yards passing.
That's crazy.
That is not who they are. So they're going to want to come out proving something. Panthers, since Bryce Young has been drafted in 2023, they are 2-18 on the road. They cannot win on the road. And one of those road wins, was last year against the Raiders, the first week after Bryce got benched. So Bryce Young didn't even win that game.
See, you're saying all this, but all I'm hearing is Rico Dowdle, Rico Dowdle, Rico Dowdle, Rico Dowdle, Rico Dowdle.
That's another thing. That's another thing, right? Rico Dowdle is a major contributing why the Panthers won the last 2 games. What happens if the Jets stop Rico Dowdle?
How are they going to stop Rico Dowdle? It's Rico Dowdle.
That's the question. But that's the thing. What if Rico, only gains, 20 yards, right? Who else can Bryce
on
Young
one play
get the ball to?
On one play, right, Tom? On one play?
No.
A single play.
No. But if
I vote Panthers.
Maybe Hubbard comes back. I don't know yet. He hasn't. It hasn't been. I haven't seen anything on the injury report. I mean, here's a quote from defensive captain Derek Brown. I've done this thing. Listen to this. When talking about the Jets, he says, "quote We've been in the same situation. We'd be fools to sit here and think they're just going to lay down. Our problem the whole time has been on the road this year, so we got to fight our own demon as well." Like he knows that they have to take this game seriously because 2 weeks from now it's the Bills game, right? And so it might be easy to overlook the Jets and be like, all right, we're looking forward to the Bills. You cannot do that, right? Especially, and one more thing. The Panthers have won 3 or 4, and people are like, oh yeah, hey, they've won 3 or 4. They're starting to get hot. They forget that the one loss was to the Patriots by 30, where they got whopped.
Yeah, but they beat the Falcons by 30.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fluke. Absolutely a fluke. So there's just so many things that are going on that makes me think that the Panthers absolutely have the ability to lose this game.
Yeah, see, here's the thing, Tom. Every time you choose against them, they lose. So I need you to pick the Jets.
No,
and then me and Noah will pick the Panthers.
All three wins this year, I picked against them. This is why I'm picking the Jets.
And I'm going to take the Panthers.
And I'm going to take the Panthers.
Let's go, Panthers!
I will sacrifice my pick'ems if that means my team wins.
There you go.
I'm okay with that.
We figured out the formula. When Noah picks against, or not when Noah, when Tom picks against them, they win. So Tom picks against them, but Noah and I picked them, so therefore it still wins.
I will not be surprised if this comes down to, an egregious trap game, right? If somehow the Jets pull off the win. Because it would be just like my team to give the winless team the first win of the season.
That would be appropriate.
Absolutely. All right, moving on.
Then we've got the New York Giants heading into Colorado to take on the Denver Broncos. Am I crazy for wanting to pick the Giants?
They're not going to be able to breathe.
I know, but am I crazy for wanting to pick the Giants?
No, not at all.
They were they 0-4 or were they 1? They've won 2 out of the past 3 at least, right?
I believe so. Yeah, they beat the Chargers, lost to the Saints, and then beat the Eagles.
I kind of want to choose the Giants. I think that they got spunk. I'm not even looking at stats. I know that the Broncos are technically the better team with the better record at home, but this is the exact type of game that they would lose. I'm going to go Giants, and so we will choose the Giants unless both of you choose the Broncos.
No, go ahead.
I just asked my phone to flip a coin.
Oh, okay.
Because honestly,
you didn't do that for the 1 and 5 Dolphins-Browns game?
As Aaron was talking, I was like, he's got a point. Do I change my pick?
You can't say I got a point. I'm going off of vibes here.
Based off of Aaron's vibes, I was like, should I change my pick? And it flipped heads.
Which one was heads?
So I'm picking the Giants.
Let's go!
Oh, spicy.
Dude, if the Giants take this, I'm literally uploading this as a short and being like, guys, we literally called it. We are the greatest podcast in the world. Take that, Pat McAfee.
For what it's worth, I also have the Giants.
Let's go!
So
we're going crazy! We're going to the asylum together! We're going to get treated for schizophrenia! Anyway.
Scatophrenia.
Scatophrenia, yes.
Scatamaboo-boo.
Scatalaboo-boo.
All right, so then we actually have probably what is really the game of the week. And the Indianapolis Colts going into LA to take on the Chargers.
My pick.
He's got the hat. Honestly, I want to take the Colts too. Noah, you want the Colts?
I absolutely do want
Let's
the Colts.
Go! We're Colts fans this
Colts.
year. Let's go!
Colts to the Super Bowl.
They just might. You never know.
Daniel Jones.
If the Colts actually do go to Super Bowl, that'd be crazy, and I would be all here for it. At least it's not the Chiefs,
At least it's not the Chiefs.
Quick side note about the Colts. They are leading the division in the AFC. The other AFC division leaders are the Patriots, the Steelers, and the Chargers. We've gone back to the mid-2000s.
Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Phillip Rivers,
and
Ben Roethlisberger.
Time is a circle.
Yo, hold on. Yes. I want to see this because hold on. I gotta.
I'm sorry. You said time is a circle, and I'm like, gee, is that why clocks are circles?
True. If we look at the other, like the NFC, because we've got the Eagles up top. So what? Michael Vick, the Packers, Aaron Rodgers, the Donovan McNabb, even the Buccaneers. Yeah. Honestly, the Buccaneers were kind of crazy in 2002. And then the
won a Super Bowl
49ers
early
with like
2000s.
Steve Young.
I actually don't know who the quarterback was for the Niners in the 2000s.
They also had Colin Kaepernick towards the end there. So I mean, time is a circle.
It is a circle, just like clocks are circles.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Just like clocks.
Mm-hmm.
You are so right, Noah.
All right. Then we've got Washington Commanders at Dallas Cowboys while Tom looks up who the quarterbacks were in the mid-2000s.
Jeff Garcia,
I remember
and Alex
Jeff Garcia.
Smith.
Alex
Yeah, they were the
Smith.
Niners. Alex Smith.
That name does sound familiar. Jeff Garcia, yeah.
Jeff Garcia was 49ers quarterback. I loved him, honestly.
Yep.
So
Right.
for Commanders, Cowboys.
I think Commanders just had a rough game. I still think they're the better team, and the Cowboys have too bad of a defense. So I'm taking Commanders.
32nd in the league, just like the Panthers last year. It's so easy to pick against the worst defense in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I mean, it literally comes down to, can Dak produce more points than the defense gives up?
That's true. And the Commanders' defense isn't all that bad. It's not all that good, but it's not all that bad.
It's much better than the Cowboys.
That is true.
I'm gonna have the Commanders in this game.
I'm also choosing the
here.
Commanders. All right, 3 on the Commanders. Then we've got America's other game of the week. Not really. The Green Bay Packers heading to the Cardinals to play Arizona.
Headed to the Cardinals to play Arizona.
Heading to the Cardinals to play Arizona.
The Cardinals lost to a Brian Callahan-led Titans.
Mm-hmm. And they may or may not be getting to Kyler Murray back, depending on how much Call of Duty he's already played.
Do they even want Kyler Murray back after Jacoby Brissett? The answer is
Probably
probably
not.
yes. I would actually say yes,
Yes?
because
You
Jacoby
think so?
Brissett gives you maybe 1 or 2 games before everyone figures him out again and he's backup material. Either way, no matter who the quarterback is, I got Packers.
I also have Packers. I think
Packers.
the last time the Packers lost to the Cardinals was like the 2014 playoffs or something like that. It's been a long time since the Packers lost to the Cardinals. It's been a hot minute. I'm probably wrong about that. There was probably a more recent time, but the Packers have a pretty good track record against this team, even in Arizona. All right, then we've got the Atlanta Falcons going to San Francisco to take on the Niners. Both of these are winning football teams. This should be a good matchup.
They are.
This is actually
I will
surprisingly
say-
a good Sunday night game. I would
I
not
will
have thought
say,
that at the beginning of the year.
And on the last injury report for the Niners, it does have Brock Purdy as questionable, so maybe he's back. Maybe he's back.
But they
Maybe.
also lost, Fred Warner? Is that his name?
Fred Warner, one of the best linebackers in the game, out for the season. Nasty injury.
His foot
Do not
was
look
on
it up.
backwards.
Do not look it up if you are squeamish.
Ew.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, don't look it up.
Don't look it up, no.
I won't look it up.
Don't look it up.
I won't.
Use those 3 little dots. No, don't do that.
Not even that.
Even then, I won't look it up anyway.
I don't think he's got a high enough Constitution score to handle it.
This one's tough, though. I think this is a pretty 50-50 game, honestly. Falcons riding high after that Bills win. The 49ers are competent, actually.
I have 49ers for this one, personally.
What are you thinking, Tom?
I have the Falcons. Bijan Robinson ran for 170 yards. I mean, I think he's gonna do the same, especially with Fred Warner out. I think Bijan Robinson's got to feast again. I'm gonna have the Falcons on this one.
This is so tough because it is so 50-50. I think I'm with Tom, though. I'm gonna go with the Atlanta Falcons. I think their offense is just gonna produce more. It's so tough. That'll be a good game. I can't wait to watch it. But then we've got the double header.
Before we talk about this,
Okay,
why
before
are
you
the
do.
games? Why are the games at 7 p.m. and 10 p.m. Eastern?
So you can watch both and get all the ads.
Because they hate you.
Yeah, they hate me.
Also Seattle's hosting, and so they have to play on West Coast time.
True.
That is true.
They couldn't start them at like 3 p.m. People are still at work.
Yeah.
All right, but we've got the first one. Let's get to the first one. This is actually a pretty exciting game, and I can't wait to watch it. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers going into Detroit to take on the Lions.
Yeah, I think this is the last doubleheader on Monday, and thank goodness.
Thank God.
I'm tired of doubleheaders on Monday. This is frankly the game of the week, and I mean I did mention earlier, Baker and the Bucks are down like the top 5 receivers.
Yeah,
But
But they're still slinging it.
Yeah, he's still slinging it. So, I mean,
Do you think Bucky
I mean,
Irving? I don't think Bucky Irving comes back.
he's doubtful on the last injury report, and so is Godwin. Mike Evans is listed as questionable. Emeka Mbuka, the rookie receiver, he's out. I'm sure he'll be out for this week as well.
Jeez.
So I mean, this is a tough one. I think the Bucks are gonna play a heck of a game, but I'm gonna go Lions.
That's fair. That's totally fair.
No, what do you think?
I also picked Lions.
All right.
you
You,
go.
know what? I think I'm also going to pick the Lions. I was thinking about it. I'm like, the Bucks can produce, but the Lions, I think, will produce more, especially at home. So I think the Lions is a good pick. And then we got the Houston Texans going into Seattle to take on the Seahawks in the late game.
Texans coming off a bye. I don't think that's enough. I think Sam Darnold
I
gets
think
another
the
win.
Seahawks are just a better team.
Yeah, I
Yep.
agree.
All right, Seattle Seahawks. And that's all of our picks. Tiebreaker.
42 points in the tiebreaker. 42 points.
It's always
Yeah, there you
42.
go.
It's going to end in
There you go.
20 to 22, 22 to 20. But
Perfect.
yeah, that's our picks. Don't copy us because we
follow
chose
them.
the Giants.
Yeah, we did choose the Giants.
We sure
yes.
did.
We chose the Giants on vibes alone.
Literally vibes.
On vibes and a coin flip. I'll clarify that on the coin flip. Too.
Okay, all right.
So real, so real. All right, so for our last little game of the day, if you guys got a little piece of paper, I wanted to do. See, I got this nice little little kitty big city paper.
Oh, that's awesome.
I know, they sent it to me. It was very cool. What I want to do is, you guys have heard of the Newlywed Game, right?
Yes.
No? Okay, so in the Newlywed
No, we're getting
Game,
married.
Oh shit!
in the Newlywed Game, they ask the couple a question, and then they have to see if they have the same answer by showing at the same time. So
Yeah.
I'm going to kind of do that with a few questions I picked out in the NFL. We're not going to do too many, so this doesn't go on for too long. But I have 5 little questions picked out that we're all going to write down our answers to, and then all at the same time show to see if we have matching answers or not. How in sync are we?
Are they easy questions?
It's not like it's not trivia. It's like opinionated questions.
Gotcha.
So I'll start us off with the first one. That way you can kind of get a feel, because the first and second question kind of go hand in hand. I want you to write down who you think is going to end the season as the #1 seed in the AFC. And so we're all going to take our picks. We're all going to write down a name. And then when we all got it, you let me know. And we'll share on 3 and see if any of us have similar answers or if we're all across the board. You got yours, Noah?
good.
All right. In the AFC, who do we got that we think is going to finish at the #1 seed? Ready? 3, 2, 1, show. Dude, I got Colts, and Bills. And you know what? Bills isn't a bad choice, but let's go Colts.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
All
Colts to
right.
the Super Bowl.
Similarly, which team do you think is going to be the #1 in the NFC at the end of the season? All right. Think carefully. It may be the team that's already #1 now, or it might not be. Who knows?
I'm good.
All right. I got mine.
I am ready.
All right. So, #1 seed in the NFC. 3, 2, 1, show. Oh, yeah. We were all over the place. I got the Homer Simpson pick. Tom is the more reasonable Lions.
Unfortunately.
Eagles, unfortunately. I think that just shows more than anything that the NFC is wide open. It could literally go anywhere.
I mean,
All right.
I mean, we're just we're big believers in the Colts. That's what it shows.
Yes, we are. Yes.
Absolutely. We love the Colts around here. We didn't even know they existed, but we love them.
I have the hat to prove it.
All right, this one might be a little tougher of a write down, but I want to see what you think the Super Bowl matchup this year is going to be. Who do you think are the 2 teams making the Super Bowl?
Through 6 weeks?
I know it's tough to say, right? But like, I gotta think of an AFC team. I want to. Who do I? I think I have my choices. Spoiler alert: it's neither of my number one choices for number one seeds.
I think I'm good.
Yeah, I have mine written down. I have my two teams, my NFC and my AFC. Tom thinking really hard to either that. He's trying to figure out.
I'm writing. I'm good. All right, we're good.
Okay, you got it? All right.
Yeah.
Who's making the Super Bowl? 3, 2, 1, show.
I've got Chiefs
You got
and
Chiefs,
Lions.
Lions, Colts.
Yeah.
Colts,
Oh,
Packers.
I thought it said Duckers. I got Buccaneers and Bills. So yeah, we're all over again. But like, hey, you know,
I've got the bad
Chiefs,
timeline.
Pats, timeline.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
bad
mind
timeline
watching
puts the
Noah's.
Chiefs.
Noah's got a good pick right there. I think Buccaneers Bills would be good. Unfortunately,
That's
Tom has the most realistic one.
Look,
Yeah.
somehow the Chiefs will get it done. It's you know, because no one else is competitive. No one has shown that they can do it, you know?
True.
Absolutely.
All right, we got two more. This one, who do you think will be the MVP of the NFL at the end of the season? You know, we were so in sync with our
all
first
thinking.
one, and then like we've been all over the place with these last
We
few.
fell off the rails after
We
the
did.
first one.
We all love the Colts though, and I love that for us. I swear to God, if you're writing Daniel Jones, he might be. I don't know. All right,
I don't know.
you guys ready? Who's your MVP?
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1, show. Rico Dowdle. He actually did write Daniel Jones. I put Baker Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield, if he continues to play like he is, will be the MVP. But take mucho Rico Dowdle.
Rico Dowdle. I love the Daniel Jones just because like he really did elevate that team. So I don't think that's a bad pick at all.
You know, it wouldn't surprise me if Daniel Jones wins like comeback player of the year. You know, or most improved, or most improved. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely,
I mean, he's definitely the most improved from getting cut from the Giants to where he is right now. So,
all right, I have one more question, and I think we're all in the same wavelength for this because we kind of already touched upon it. But the Titans just fired their head coach. Who do you think is the next team to fire their head coach before the end of the year? Next team to do it. I was gonna say if you can't think of a coach name, that's fine. But I think we all are probably on the same page.
maybe.
I wrote down these questions before we started talking today, so like, don't mind me when it's.
I'm not minding anyone at the moment.
Don't worry about it. Who's the next to fire their coach? Because there's always a few throughout the season, and the Titans just happen to be the first one. And if they didn't, we might have different answers right now, but they did. So. Next team to fire their coach this season. You still scribbling something down?
I'm just.
He's decorating. He's decorating.
No,
All
I'm
right.
not decorating.
All right, ready to show? 3, 2, 1, go.
I've got Dolphins.
The Dolphins. The Dayton Triangles. No, yeah, it's the Mike McDaniel with the Dolphins or Bengals.
I've got Zach Taylor. He's on a hot seat. I think. You know.
Yeah, very well could
makes
be, and I
sense.
think that's a good choice as well. But yeah, you know what? We started together and we ended together, and I think those were some good choices. So.
The Dayton Triangle's got to look out though. They got to pick it up. They might lose.
Yeah, they do.
I'll have to come up with more questions to do that again, and we can get even more silly with it. But those I thought were some pretty good standard questions, you know.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I think that'll bring us to the end of it today. We've been recording for a good hour and a half already, and you know, we've always got a lot to talk about. But hey, any final words? Anything you guys want to say?
Hey, quiero mucho Rico Dowdle.
Rico Dowdle! Let's go! Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Leave your game picks down below. Let us know if who's your MVP and who's going number one,
comment,
and
subscribe, all that
who you're
stuff,
gonna fire, and leave a comment. That's it. We're gonna go. Okay, bye everybody. Bye. See you next week. Bye. Let's go Panthers.